Hi team, today we are doing periodic FIFO, first in, first out. So periodic FIFO, remember the difference between periodic and perpetual is that periodic records cost of goods sold only periodically, so only at the end of the period. So perpetual does it every time there's a sale, but periodic assumes all sales happen at the end of the period. So you'll notice in our data set today there are no sales. That's how you can tell if you're in a perpetual or periodic data set. So this is assuming all sales happened at the very end of the period, at the end of March 31st, so at the very end of the period, which of course is not true. Sales happened all throughout March, but periodic assumes they happened the very last day. So they'll tell us how many units are in our ending inventory. So here it says that 11 units are in our ending inventory. So we'll have three separate columns for this one. So our first column is cost of goods available for sale. That's what we have available to sell to our customers at any given time. So cost of goods available for sale. So what we have available to sell in the period. So in this case, it's during the month of March. And then we have cost of goods sold, so what we actually did sell, and then ending inventory, what we still have at the end of the period, the month of March in this case. So I'm going to copy these dates down, and then I'm going to copy our cost of goods available for sale down. So our cost of goods available for sale would be what we started with, our beginning inventory, plus everything we purchased during the period. So beginning inventory plus purchases will give you cost of goods available for sale. So we would have had available to sell during the period 25 units, and our cost of goods available would be 165. Okay, so we started with 3 units at the beginning of the period. We purchased another 22. So we had 25 units available to sell to our customers. Because we had 25 units available to sell and we ended the period with 11 units at the end, we know that we sold the difference. So cost of goods available for sale, so this is cost of goods available for sale. You can subtract ending inventory. This will give you cost of goods sold. So these are in units, right? So cost of goods available for sale is 25 units. We had ending inventory 11 units. That gives us cost of goods sold 14 units. Okay, so now that we know we have sold 14 units, we're going to figure out what the cost assigned to that is using a FIFO system. So first in, first out. So if the first items in are the first ones to be sold, first in, first out, then that means we would have sold all 3 at 3. Because remember, we sold 14. So we sold all 3 at 3. Then we would have also sold all 10 at 6. That gets us up to 13 sold, but we sold 14, so we would have sold 1 at 8. So this in total is 14, right? So 14 units sold. So 14 total, 14 total. Then we're going to look at how many we have left. So for this first layer, if we sold all 3 at 3, we would have 0 left. So 0 at 3 would be left. For the second one, we had all 10 at 6 were sold, so we would have 0 at 6 left. And then for our last one, we sold 1 at 8, so we would have 11 at 8 left. So our ending inventory would be this, so it would be 11 at 8 for a total of 88. So this would be our answer for ending inventory. And then for total cost of goods sold, we would have total number of units would be 14, and then the total cost would be 77. So periodic FIFO, total cost of goods sold would be 14 units and total cost would be $77. And then ending inventory would be 11 units, which we had up here, right? 11 units. And then total cost would be $88.